Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are breaking down a really cool tool for creators and viewers that is a total game changer, YouTube's auto-dubbing. We're talking about a piece of tech that's making our world feel a whole lot smaller.
Just think about it for a second. What if language was just not a barrier anymore? Imagine being able to watch and learn from literally any creator on the planet. Well, that whole sci-fi idea, it's getting really, really close to being a reality. And YouTube is right at the front of it.
All right, so here's how we're going to tackle this. First, we'll get into what auto-dubbing actually is. Then, we'll peek under the hood at the tech that makes it sound so natural. After that, we'll dive into the analytics, what this means for you creators. We'll share some pro tips, and then we'll look ahead to the wild, multilingual future YouTube is building.
Okay, first things first, let's get right to the heart of it. What exactly is this auto-dubbing feature, and how does it get your content out to a global audience?
You know, at its core, it's such a simple but powerful concept. Instead of creators having to go out and hire voice actors and book studio time, YouTube is doing all that heavy lifting for you, translating your videos automatically.
And this isn't just some small test, okay? The scale is already huge. The feature supports dubbing across 27 different languages, and you can bet that number is just going to keep on growing.
And here's the best part for creators. This is not some exclusive, invite-only thing. It's available for all YouTube channels to turn on right now. It's mostly geared for new uploads, but they're also rolling it out to older videos, which could unlock your entire back catalog for brand new audiences around the world.
And they haven't forgotten about the viewers. They've added some really important controls. You know, most of the world is multilingual, right? So now you can go into your settings and tell YouTube which languages you prefer. That way, you'll always get the original video in a language you already speak, so no weird unwanted dubs.
All right, now let's get into the how. Because this is not just some robotic, word-for-word translation. No way. The tech that makes these dubs sound so authentic, it's seriously cool.
The secret sauce here is a feature called expressive speech, and it was built with the AI wizards over at Google DeepMind. This is really what takes it from a simple translation to a dub that you actually want to listen to. So this is what's so fascinating. The tech actually listens to the original speaker's voice. It analyzes the key stuff, the pitch, the intonation, the overall energy, and then it bakes those same qualities into the translated audio. It's how the dub keeps the personality and the feel of the original creator.
And this super advanced expressive speech feature, it's already live and running in 8 major languages. We're talking English, Spanish, Hindi, and more, with the goal of rolling it out to all the other supported languages really soon.
So, okay, we get what it is, we get how it works, but if you're a creator, the big question is, what does this actually do for my channel? What's the impact on my numbers?
Well, the impact on viewership is, honestly, it's staggering. In just December, YouTube saw an average of more than 6 million people watching over 10 minutes of auto-dubbed content every single day. That's a huge new audience, and they're sticking around. And that engagement is surprisingly high. On average, a dubbed video gets about 75% of the view duration of the original. That is incredible. Think about it. This is a brand new audience that just a little while ago couldn't understand a single word you were saying. But this can lead to a kind of tricky situation when you're looking at your top-level analytics. See, when you add a new audience that has a slightly lower but still really strong average view duration, your channel's overall average might dip a little, and that can be kind of alarming if you don't know what's going on.
This is exactly why it is not about the average, it's about the total. You're not replacing your original audience, you are adding a whole new one on top. Your reach, your total watch time, your total revenue, it all has the potential to grow a lot.
So here's the key takeaway, the big pro tip. Don't get freaked out by that top-line average. You have to dive into your YouTube Studio analytics and use the audio track filter. That's what's going to let you see the performance for each individual language, and it'll show you the true positive impact of reaching all these new viewers.
Okay, so if you want to get the absolute most out of this amazing feature, there are a few things you can do as a creator to make your content as, let's say, dub-friendly as possible.
Honestly, the best way to think about it is, what would make this easier for a human translator? So first, super important, always set your video's original language correctly. Second, just try to speak clearly. If you have guests, try not to talk over each other. Be a little careful with slang, because that can be tough for an AI. And finally, don't forget to translate your titles and descriptions to help those new audiences find you. As cool as all this is, you have to remember, the technology is really just getting warmed up. The vision for what's next is even bigger.
aiming to tear down every single barrier between a creator and a potential fan.
So in the short term, the team is focused on adding more languages, bringing that incredible expressive speech tech to every last one of them, and this is a big one, building tools to let creators review and even tweak their own dubs. More control for you.
But they're also thinking way beyond just the audio. There's already a pilot running for a feature called lip sync, which, get this, actually reanimates a speaker's lips so they match the translated words. It's wild.
And that's not all. They're also developing tech to translate text that's actually burned into the video itself, like titles or graphics on the screen. The whole point is to make the translated experience completely seamless and totally immersive.
When you see all this progress, all this innovation, it really makes you ask a pretty big question. Is the universal translator, that thing we've only ever seen in sci-fi movies, finally, actually becoming our reality? It sure feels like we're getting closer every single day.
Thanks for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe.